You know, P&B was signed to Empire Records.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of talk about Empire Records and them taking out insurance policies on their artists and how that needs to be investigated. So just going to name a few artists that have passed, you know, over the course of the years that were signed to Empire Records, which is an independent label. We talk about Empire all the time. XXXTentacion, who passed away in 2018.
Yep.
King Von passed away 2020. Mo3, also 2020. Young Dolph, 2021. P&B Rock, 2022. What is there a coincidence there in your opinion?
Is this coincidence or is there some sort of correlation?
Yeah, like do you think there's something there?
Well, there could be, and if there is, you need to explore two different sides of this.
Okay.
The first side that you would need to explore would be Empire possibly having something going on with these artists to where they die and they're able to just collect the money. And that's all a plot and a scheme by Empire Records. Mm-hmm. That would be something you need to think about. Do you see that happening? Empire saying, you know what, fuck it. We get a lot more money in an insurance policy, which I did insurance. Mm-hmm. I don't think you're getting more money from the insurance policy payout than you do in these records.
Bro, and that's my thing. I always been on the tip like the label will make more from the artist when they are alive.
Now this is an independent label, so they don't do it the same way.
Yes, absolutely. They're not eating as much as like a more bigger record label would. But at the same time, if you look at it just over the course of X amount of years, I would think it would add up to you making more than what that insurance policy would be, you know?
Yeah, and I don't know what kind of life insurance policies y'all think they're getting, and I don't know how high y'all think they are. They're not as high as you might think. And
at all.
Say it was like 30 million. Say someone had a 30 million life insurance policy, and that's even really high. That's extremely high for a life insurance policy, even for somebody rich. You think a record label is knocking somebody off for $30 million? No, you know how quick Empire Record makes $30 million?
Not at all. They made $30 million yesterday. Like,
I don't think they're knocking them for any of that money.
No, and that's now. Don't get me wrong. Insurance policies, labels, that's a real thing.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a real thing. Has been a real thing because it's smart. You know, the rappers, nigga, that shit is dangerous. Being a rapper today is a dangerous occupation.
We talk about this all the time. If you're a rapper, say Kari's a rapper, and I signed him to Rise and Grind Records for $5 million, and you have 4 albums to complete.
Right.
If I know you just got out of jail from being in X amount of shootouts, nigga, your life is on the line.
Right.
If you die before you fulfill my contract,
I need that.
I lost money.
Right.
And I need that back in this life insurance policy.
Exactly.
So yes, I do understand how sometimes record labels take out life insurance policies. However, people don't understand the life insurance game. So people think that, oh shit, they're the ones that took out the life insurance policy, so they're going to get the money. Yeah. Nigga, his mother can take out a life insurance policy on him. He can take a life insurance policy out on him. His girl can take a life insurance policy out on him. Yep. It doesn't matter. You can have multiple life insurance policies. Just because they got one doesn't mean his mama didn't get one.
Exactly, fam.
So like,
yeah, so
kill that.
I was going to say, like, I'm glad you went deep into that because, yes, labels do have those policies, but I don't think a label would off their artists to cash out. That shit just not realistic. Like you said, like, bro, if you really look at the numbers over X amount of years over the course of a contract, whoever the artist may be, I promise you they're going to make more off of that contract than they would make cashing out on a fucking life insurance policy.
And what I was gonna say, the other side that you would have to think about would be the labels,
right?
And by that I mean, artists make a lot of money not signing to major record labels and signing to an independent label like Empire, where you're just gonna get distributing or you're just gonna get publishing, things like that. So there's a lot of money that doesn't get raked in by the industry. To which I'm sure it sounds confusing where I'm going with this. If Young Dolph made 100 M's, and I'm not saying he did, but say he made 100 M's rapping at Empire, like independently, and XXXTentacion makes 100 M's rapping independently, King Von goes on to make 100 M's rapping independently, Mo 3 goes on to make 100 M's rapping independently. They're showing a lot of these niggas that we don't need the major record labels. We don't need Def Jam. We don't need Atlantic. We don't need Epic. We don't need Interscope. We don't need any of these guys.
Right.
So eventually we would get to a point where we would really go, what the fuck are these guys here for? And if these niggas go to stealing 100 million here, 100 million here, 100 million here, this is billions of dollars off of the major record label industry. And that can't happen. So let's get rid of some of these rappers.
No, that's definitely real though.
That's the other side that needs to be thought about.
And of course we're not in those meetings with the labels, but I know that conversation is being held. Come on now. It's like, hey, these guys are making way more money than they're making what they could make over here. What's going on? What are we not doing right?
And as grim and as sad as this sounds, the second instance that I just proposed makes a lot more sense than the first one.
It does.
That's why I wanted to pose you're not getting that much money off of a life insurance policy. You are, but you're going to get millions from people like that, but not the type of money Empire Records turns over in a year. You don't even keep these type of artists if you're killing somebody over the 30 million.
And that's another thing. Life insurance policies more than likely are not a year type of thing. It's usually like 3 to 5 at least.
A term policy, you need 10 years on that shit at least.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, and of course you can cash in if they die, things like that.
There's loopholes. I guess
term policies are not that high.
Yeah.
And I hope y'all know that. That's what I was gonna say. There we go. It's a good thing if rappers labels have life insurance policies on them. It's a bad thing if labels have life insurance policies on their rappers and rappers don't know what a life insurance policy is and don't have them out on themselves. That's where we get bad.
Fuck, bro.
But yeah, I'm sorry. I had to get back to that. But on the flip side, that's where it gets scary.
Yeah, for sure. It's a thing, but in these situations, I know it's weird. Don't get me wrong. I agree. It's fucking weird that Empire has had like 5-6 artists, pass away over the course of like 4 years. That shit is weird as fuck. But at the same time, I'm just like, bro, a lot of this shit just come down to just street shit.
I was gonna say the third option is these niggas are heavy in these streets.
Just street shit, bro.
And some of these niggas, never mind. Never mind.
Hell nah.
It's heavy on drugs.
Yeah, man.
So if I understand the life insurance policy part.
Niggas got enemies, bro.
And yeah, on the op side, in the unfortunate events of death, these niggas are in the streets. Now, if all of this shit goes down in a Nipsey Hussle type situation, I have a lot more questions. I got a lot more questions for that because in here we're looking at hating ass niggas. We might be looking at a setup. We might be looking at a hit. We might be looking at a whole bunch of different types of things when you get down to the politics of it. But it could be different with Empire Records. It could be different with these major labels.
Yeah, I think it's just a whole label in general. I know we're singling out Empire in this case, but this is really something that goes on with every label that you can name, guys. Like I said, they take out insurance policies for business reasons. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Like we said, your own family should, and you as a rapper, if you are really, you know, moving around in a different way, you should take out a policy for yourself as well. It's just a smart thing to do.
And on the other side, they also take out artists for business reasons.
Exactly, bro.
Sorry.
Like, it's a business.
Sorry, I hate to break it to you.
Yeah, man. That shit happens, man. But, you know, if you don't know, now you know. Pretty much.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna go into the depths of why that would happen. This, that. Now we already did as much as we could. Go look at a YouTube video or some shit. Like I'm not that. When we go into exclusive content, like unless the Illuminati starts paying for it for us, but I'm not gonna go too into detail with it. You can look that shit up on YouTube and I get me fucking murdered. Let's move on, man.